The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I ain't coming for no foolishness. You don't understand. 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 Kick it. You don't understand. 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 Kick it. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. Kick it. You don't understand. 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 Kick it. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand.
All right, motherfuckers, we back here. This is The Life of Jay, episode number 19, I think. Yeah, this is episode 19. The last one I did was 18. That was on my birthday. God damn, Jay. What was that? January, February, March, April, May, June. God damn, it's been 5 months since I've done an episode. My bad. My bad. These kids don't know when to quit. They've been lighting fireworks since the end of May. Now, I know y'all looking at me with the fish out right now, thinking to yourselves, why the hell are you smoking in the midst of a pandemic? Do you not think you gonna catch that shit? Honest answer, no, I don't think I'm gonna catch the shit. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase that. I know I'm not gonna catch the shit, because if the virus was as deadly as they said it was, I'd have caught it by now. Many times I've been outside without a mask for a couple hours, more than a couple hours. I've been out there 5 hours straight on 3 separate occasions. Mostly because I was trying to record a video. I was actually trying to record this goddamn video, and I fucked up take after take after take after take, and I lost track of time. It be like that sometimes. But each time I was out there, I was smoking the black amount. As a matter of fact, I smoked the black amount 7 different times, including today, so 8 times. And after each time, I felt fine. And another motherfucking thing in my Plies voice. The reason I've been MIA for the last 2.5 weeks, well, by the time this video goes up, it'll be 3.5 weeks at the rate that I'll be editing. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I've been MIA for a while is because everything was getting renovated, as you can see. I mean, the whole room was different, you know what I'm saying? I got a whole new desk, a whole new dresser, walls been painted, carpet's been changed, doorknob been fixed, outlets have been fixed, you know what I'm saying? I even got a motherfucking ceiling fan in this bitch. So, yeah, all of that shit took a week, and then I had to take another week off because I had a goddamn cold. And on top of that, when I threw away all that old shit, I came in contact with some damn dust. And I was sweating bullets at the same time. When you mix dust with sweat, you're bound to have a bad reaction. And I had a bad reaction on my face. I had a rash on this side. I had heat bumps on this side. I had a sore throat from sitting next to that damn AC downstairs. And I was coughing, and I was sneezing like a bitch, and I had nasal congestion. So I was in no condition to record. I had to take another week off just to get that shit situated. And now, everything is all good. You know what I'm saying? Even my lips was chapped. But let's talk about this goddamn coronavirus. Is it cap, or is it real, but highly exaggerated? When it first struck the US, honestly, I was leaning more towards cap. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was an elaborate hoax. But after a month went by, and the numbers started going up, and they started forcing people into quarantine, that's when I decided, you know what, this shit might be real. Then another month goes by, I'm like, okay, yeah, this shit is definitely real. I mean, this shit was made in China, of course it's gonna be real. But with the way they was portraying this shit, it felt like it was an elaborate hoax. A lot of what you hear on news outlets like Fox, CNN, ABC News, MSNBC, it's a lot of fake news, it's a lot of bullshit. They might sound I can't even talk. They might sound generous, but I can see through the bullshit. I might have some shitty eyes right now, I might need glasses, but I can see through the bullshit. Them numbers are inflated like a motherfucker. One thing I always learned in school was to always do your research. Look at this shit, Linwood Times, highly accurate, I'm hoping. I hope so. The DOH admits inflated COVID-19 death toll numbers. Check this shit out. On May 21st, officials at the Washington State Department of Health confirmed that as the Freedom Foundation reported on Monday, the state is counting in its COVID-19 total. Big dollars in the chat. I can't even read today. Shit. The state is counting in its COVID-19 death total. What the fuck? Death total of the deaths of Hey, whoever wrote this shit, your grammar fucked up. But the state is counting in its COVID-19 total deaths of persons who tested positive for the virus but died of other causes. More on that later. In remarks made during telephonic press briefing, DOH officials even acknowledged knowing including multiple deaths caused by gunshot wounds. Yeah, you can't cover that shit up. caused by gunshot wounds in the state's COVID-19 fatality count. So it doesn't matter what the goddamn cause of death is, they gonna call that shit COVID. They ain't fucking slick. But they said that the number is over 100,000, so to speak. I don't believe that shit not one bit. I didn't believe it when I seen the tagline say 87,000. I'm like, I mean, it's probably 870 people, but you know how these people are. They like big numbers, and 870 people, even though it is a big number, that's a lot of fucking people to catch the virus and or die from the shit. But it's not big enough for them, and they looking for that press, they're looking for that clout, and they just trying to scare the shit out of people, so let's double it and add 2 fucking zeros, 87,000. And if that was their goal this whole time with this corona shit, was to scare the shit out of people, then they fucking succeeded, because they got people out here wearing hazmat suits and shit. You got people out here wearing masks inside the house. That just gives a whole new definition to SAWFT, soft. I mean, I just feel like people's taking this shit way too seriously. I'm not saying don't take it seriously. All I'm saying is lighten the fuck up. In my honest opinion, this coronavirus shit is not as deadly as they made it out to be. And 100,000 people, I believe the real number is half of that. Now, we don't know the actual number. We just know that the number that they gave us on the news is inaccurate as fuck. They trying to scare the shit out you. If they wasn't trying to scare the shit out you, then you think people would have ransacked them stores the way they did, all in Walmarts and all the fucking Targets and Kmarts and Trader Joe's, which is the whitest store in America, and Harris Teeter, the second whitest store in America, and bought up all the toilet paper? Come on, man. If they wasn't trying to scare the shit out you, people wouldn't have ransacked them stores the way they did. I mean, people's doing that now, looting and shit. So, yeah, maybe they was just trying to get Black Friday out the way because they was tired of people getting their ass beat. Or stabbed, or shot, or ran over by a car. You know, you'll never know how crazy these Black Friday goddamn events be. Honestly, I look at the coronavirus as another swine flu. I look at the coronavirus as another Ebola. Now, how long did that shit last? Swine flu? Anybody take that shit seriously? All we did was stop the import. When salmonella came around, people stopped eating peanut butter. Ebola, we just made fun of people coughing. Like, oh, motherfucker, you got Ebola, get the fuck away from me. Everybody was out here just joking around with hand sanitizer and shit. Ain't nobody take that shit seriously. But then again, that was 2012, 2013, when nobody gave a fuck. Now it's 2020, we are in the year of the simp. The year where everybody had became pussified. I don't mean no disrespect by that, but it's true. I look at the virus, like I said, as another swine flu, as another case of Ebola, as another case of salmonella. It's gonna come and go. Honestly, I look at the coronavirus like Snapchatting a dick pic. Once you snap it, it disappears. And we're in the summer months right now. You don't think that the summer weather, this 95, 130,000 goddamn degree weather ain't gonna kill the virus? That shit, the virus ain't gonna survive the goddamn summer months. This is probably gonna be the hottest goddamn summer. What was the last hottest summer we had? Summer 16, I believe. Summer 16 was blatant. It felt like Africa out this bitch. Summer 17, I think it was a little less hot, but it was still hot as fuck. It was like Florida hot. Summer 2018, summer 2019, I don't know what the hell was going on with Mother Nature. I think she was getting her back blown out. But I'm sorry. We know the devil was in them goddamn cheeks. He's probably hitting it raw too. How much you want to bet he nutted in her? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna edit that out. I ain't say that shit. Nah, I said that summer 2020 is gonna be hot as fuck. If it was 90 degrees in the springtime, it's definitely gonna be over 100 degrees in the summertime. I'm gonna give it, and this is gonna be a bold prediction, I'm gonna give it until the end of July. If not the end of July, then I say the midpoint of August. Or the end of August, at the latest. I don't think the virus is gonna last as long as they said it would. They said it's probably gonna last all the way up until 2021 or some shit. Maybe even roll throughout the entire year of 2021 and go right into goddamn 2022. So what you're saying is we're gonna be living in a real life Walking Dead. If the virus was as deadly as they said it was, this would be the real life version of The Last of Us. That's what this shit would look like. We had spores all over the goddamn place. We had fucking clickers eating people's face off like the dude on bath salts in Florida and shit. That's what the coronavirus should look like. That's what I envisioned it as when it first struck the US. That was the first thing I thought of. But here we are. The night is clear. In the daytime, the day is clear, the sun is shining, the sun is out. Everything looks fucking great. Don't even feel like there was a virus. But jokes aside, I just did all that for laughs. You know what I'm saying? Don't take what I say seriously. Just know that I'm not taking the virus as seriously as everybody else. Now, here's my theory before I think I did just get to the numbers, didn't I? We kind of got to the numbers. I don't even know the exact number right now. I just know that number is fake as fuck, so don't believe everything you say. Or don't believe everything you hear on the news, because they be capping to the goddamn masses, as always. They exaggerate everything. I mean, look at racism in America. Yes, I'm comparing the coronavirus to racism in America. It all comes full circle. Basically, it ties into the shit that they say on the news. I mean, do you hear how they report certain incidents, like homicides and shit? You know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't even have to be a homicide, but they look at it as a homicide, you know? You ever see how they look at races in these little incidents and whatnot? Like, if it was a white guy, they gonna say something completely different. Oh, white guy kills white guy. Oh, he's unstable. Lock his ass in the mental hospital. Oh, white guy kills black guy. The white guy was in self-defense mode. Black guy kills white guy. Roles are reversed this time. Oh, first degree murder. Black guy kills black guy. Possible gang warfare. Possible drug deal gone bad. You mean to tell me that's the first thing that came out your mouth? You couldn't possibly think that somebody was getting head behind the wheel, a la Scary Movie 2 at the end and shit, getting head by a hooker with a paper bag over her head, and dude was walking across the street, unintentionally jaywalking and shit because he looking at his phone and whatnot, probably just cranking to his music and shit, and then accidentally got ran the fuck over and ragdolled like a GTA character and died as a result? That's fucked up. But they're gonna say, oh, gang warfare. He was ran over by a rival gang member. That's what they gonna say. Or what if somebody was playing with a gun and it accidentally went off and he shot the homie, you know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, drug deal gone bad, possible drug deal gone bad. Why? Because he found weed in his pocket? And another motherfucking thing in my pliers for this is absolutely hilarious in the most fucked up way possible. You notice how when somebody gets shot, they try to play a little pun on whoever got shot, whatever their profession is, whatever their little dream is, they try to put a little spin on, a little pun on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, a man was killed this evening after running routes on an empty football field. Unfortunately, he caught the wrong bullet this evening. You know, like bullet passes and shit. The news ain't slick, they do that shit. So the coronavirus, I look at it as the exact same thing. A bunch of bullshit that somebody made up. Is the virus real? Yeah, it was made in China, of course it's gonna be real. But is it exaggerated? Yes. They said 1 million people caught it in just 2 months? Nah. Nah. I don't believe that shit one bit. I feel like these numbers that they coming up with, they just trying to make people look stupid. Not only are they trying to scare the shit out of you, but they also trying to make you look stupid. Like, they really think that people are gullible enough to fall for these goddamn numbers. Now, we taking the virus seriously, but these numbers, man, they blowing this shit out of proportion. Just like they blow everything else out of proportion. They blowing this shit completely out of proportion. I do not believe that 1 million people caught the coronavirus, let alone 100,000 people dying of the coronavirus. Now, the way they get these numbers, it's actually deeper than you think. How many people died from it? The number that is at right now is probably half of that. How many people actually tested positive? The number that is up right now is probably half of that. But you'll be surprised how they actually come up with these numbers. Who's to say in the next 3 months they're gonna say over 500,000 people caught the damn virus? See, they think they slick. The reason they come up with these high-ass numbers and the reason people are so gullible and stupid enough to believe this shit, no disrespect to anybody that's stupid enough to believe this shit, but the reason people are stupid enough to believe this shit is because these motherfuckers put the coronavirus label on everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if you're alive. Doesn't matter if you died. And here's two things. Here's two examples, right? My cousin, Amber, she was in the hospital not too long ago. It was actually a couple weeks ago. And she actually put a post on Facebook, and she can confirm this if she watches this video. If I can find the post on her Facebook page, I'm gonna screenshot it and put it up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This is what she said. All right, so I found the post that my cousin Amber put up. She put this up on June the 5th, and she posts like 150 times a day, so it took me a minute to find this. But I found it nonetheless. And I'm gonna go ahead and read off a couple of the most important things so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. This is why I say don't believe everything that you hear on the news, because most of the time they be bullshitting us. You know what I'm saying? So listen to this shit. I've had some serious health issues. Riverside Hospital allowed me to suffer in hopes of my death, in which they received $40,000, $40,000, and call it COVID-19. Are you fucking serious? And this is what was going on with her. She said, it's my kidneys, and thanks to them, heart issues. So they pretty much fucked her over. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit right here. Remember what the government has at stake if we learn the truth. Well, we know the truth now, goddammit. Hospitals, labs, and so forth are paid by the government to misinform us. That's all you need to know right there. They are capping to the masses. They're hiding the truth. They're hiding the real information, and they're just feeding you a bunch of bullshit. So I rest my case. The coronavirus really ain't as serious as they made it out to be. It really ain't as deadly as they made it out to be. They're trying to make it seem like the coronavirus is AIDS or something. They're trying to make it seem like it's fucking cancer or something. It's not. It is not AIDS. It is not cancer. It is not hepatitis. It ain't diabetes. It ain't none of that shit. So stop spreading mis-fucking information and give us the real goddamn scoop. Doesn't matter what you got. You can go in for chemotherapy treatment and they're like, oh, you got coronavirus. You can go in there for treatment for AIDS and shit. Oh, you got coronavirus. That's what they gonna say. They ain't gonna fuck what disease you got. They just gonna say coronavirus just to get them fucking numbers up. And that ain't the part that behooves me. What behooves me was when people die every day. You know what I'm saying? You get shot, you get ran over in a hit and run, you can die of a disease. Or your girl can catch you cheating or have suspicions of you cheating and make your ass sleep on the couch after a big ass argument to hack into your phone with either your thumbprint or your face ID, see that you've been sending dick pics and receiving pussy pics, and all of a sudden she grab a big ass Michael Myers knife, cut your whole dick off and sit there and watch you bleed out and you die as a result. And you know what they gonna say? Oh, he had coronavirus. She had to cut his dick off to get the coronavirus out, but it was too late. They will ignore the cause of death, and they will ignore the whole autopsy report. They say, fuck the cause of death, fuck the autopsy report. That motherfucker had coronavirus. Died of cancer? No, you had coronavirus. Well, explain my bald ass head, sir. How did I have coronavirus? You didn't even test me. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least that them tests was rigged. Yeah, I said it. I said that the COVID-19 testing might be rigged. Now, I might be pushing it on that, but hear me out. You got some people that test positive for real. You got some people that test negative. But what about those people that test positive, so to speak, but don't show any symptoms? And you know what they say, it takes 3-4 days or so they say. It takes 3-4 days for you to start developing symptoms, 14 days max. But what if you don't show symptoms within those 14 days? That means your ass ain't got it. They just sat up there and fucking lied to your face and told you that you got coronavirus, knowing damn well you don't. They just trying to get them damn numbers up. It wouldn't surprise me at least if they did that shit. It wouldn't surprise me at least if the coronavirus testing is rigged. Shit, everything else is rigged. Goddamn presidential election, that shit is rigged. How you think Trump won? MLB World Series is rigged. Super Bowl is rigged. I mean, Patriots always in the Super Bowl, so if that doesn't tell you it's rigged, I don't know what will. Shit, the Seahawks also didn't run the ball, so that's also how you know the Super Bowl is rigged. The NBA Finals is rigged. I mean, LeBron is always in the finals. Curry is always in the finals. You know, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if the goddamn Lakers make it to the finals this year. Speaking of the NBA, here's another example as to why this bullshit virus is not as serious as they made it out to be. A couple of NBA players, I'm pretty sure y'all saw it in the news, on Facebook and Twitter and shit, not the bullshit that they say on the actual fucking news. I'll get all my news from Twitter and Facebook, because most of the time that should be accurate. Excuse me, accurate. I seen an article about Kevin Durant. First things first, Kevin Durant tested positive. Donovan Mitchell tested positive. Rudy Gobert was the first person in the NBA that tested positive, I believe. And he made a meme out of himself after they said he tested positive, and I think they said it live, and he just coughing on microphones and touching all over the table and shit as a joke. Then he started to take it serious. Since then, I'm pretty sure his virus cleared up. Donovan Mitchell, same thing. Kevin Durant, same thing. But about Kevin Durant, I read an article, and I forget where I read this. It was either on Facebook or Twitter, one of them. Durant said that when he tested positive, he felt fine. And this was actually weeks after his diagnosis. From what I heard, it takes 14 days max for you to actually start developing symptoms. This article was well after 14 days. It was actually a month. But he said he's feeling fine. He said that he's not really feeling any symptoms or anything like that. Then that's how you know. What they say is a bunch of bullshit. Once again, confirming that they ain't doing nothing but trying to scare the shit out you. And another motherfucking thing, once again in my Plies voice, notice how before the George Floyd situation happened, how the numbers was rising drastically. Went from 87,000 to 100,000 in less than 2 weeks. But then the George Floyd situation happened and the coronavirus seemingly took a back seat. Bars. And while the George Floyd situation was going on, everybody was out here rioting and shit, looting and whatnot, fighting with cops. You even got cops out here setting shit on fire, which is hilarious. Cops out here kneeling and whatnot. Maybe that's just memes that I saw. I don't know how real that is, but I just know there's a bunch of black people outside rioting. And they rioted so bad and so much that we got Black Lives Matter street now. That's tough. But in the midst of all of that is thousands of people. Thousands of people, most of which is not wearing a mask. You got some masks here and there, but most of these motherfuckers is not wearing a mask. And on top of that, they not social distancing yet. There's no spike. No spike. And you know what they say, once again, it takes 3-4 days, if you say so. 3-4 days at the earliest for you to start developing symptoms. 14 days max. This shit went on for 3.5 weeks. 3.5, 4 weeks, something like that, leading into 4 weeks. And you mean to tell me ain't none of the motherfuckers catch the virus? If that doesn't tell you that whatever they said about the virus is cap, I don't know what will. Before we wrap this up, let's look at the symptoms. I'm gonna ass backwards in this video, but it's all good. The symptoms are coughing, sore throat, which those are 2 symptoms that I had, but had nothing to do with the virus because I had a cold, which is completely different. Diarrhea, that's another one. I ain't never had diarrhea a day in my life. I had the runs, TMI, I don't know, but I ain't never had diarrhea a day in my life. And the biggest difference between the runs and diarrhea is the timing of it. When you got the runs, you're in and out of the bathroom every couple hours. In my case, every 3 hours. When you got diarrhea, you're in and out of the bathroom every couple of minutes. When you got the runs, you kind of know when it's going to end. In my case, it usually lasts about 2 days, 3 days. But when you got diarrhea, that shit is long lasting. That shit can last a whole week, sometimes 2. You don't know when that shit's going in. But we all know the biggest similarity of it though. I feel like you're pissing out mayonnaise, basically playing cat and mouse with your asshole. Pause. And I just think I made y'all lose y'all lunch. My bad. Inability to wake, that's another one. Inability to wake, basically they're saying that you're gonna be sleeping for like 15 hours at a time. 15 hours a day. You get up, be up for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours max, and then you go right back to sleep. Cause you're just tired as fuck. It's like you on Benadryl all day, every day. Inability to wake my ass. Another symptom, bluish lips, bluish face. Do I look like I got blue? Let me get in the light. Do I look like I got bluish lips and a bluish face? Come on, man. My lips is pink as a goddamn vagina right now. My face, clear as a baby's ass. This last one is actually hilarious. It's not really the last one. There's I don't know how many symptoms there are, but these are the only ones that I can remember. So this is gonna be the last one for the sake of this video. This last one is rather hilarious because it's shortness of breath. Shortness of breath, I ain't never had shortness of breath. I had nasal congestion, but that's about it, and I can still breathe, goddammit. Shortness of breath, that's one of them bullshit ass side effects that you get from goddamn prescription pills with CVS or Rite Aid and shit. Like you can have asthma or some type of breathing problems and you go to CVS or Rite Aid and get a prescription for that shit, and one of the side effects is shortness of breath. Make it make sense. Make that make sense in my mama voice. If I'm coming to you for some breathing problems and to get a prescription, I don't want the side effect to be shortness of breath. That's what the fuck I came to you for. If you know that reference, you know. Shout out Cat Williams. Anyway, that's pretty much what I think about the coronavirus. Like I said earlier, I look at it as just another case of the swine flu, or another case of salmonella, or another case of goddamn Ebola. The swine flu, we ain't even take that shit seriously. They ain't make us fucking quarantine then. They ain't make us wear gloves then. They ain't make us wear masks and shit then. They ain't make us stay home then. They ain't force us to stay home and not be able to go to school, but force us to have Zoom classes. I don't even think Zoom was even a thing then. When the hell that shit come down here? Swine flu, 2012, I believe. And then the very next year, 2013, we got Ebola. Like, come on, man. But they didn't last that long because it was during the summer months and that shit cleared up. Just like that, at least I think so. I hope so. I don't even think it's gonna survive. I think that shit gonna die out like the dinosaurs. That shit's gonna be dead as fuck, like a spider and crumble up in the goddamn corner of your wall and shit. That's how dead that virus gonna be. That shit gonna be dead by the end of July. If not the end of July, I say the midpoint of August leading into the end of August. That's my bold prediction. Just like I'm predicting the Lakers is going to the NBA Finals, because you can't have the NBA Finals without LeBron. They so goddamn pressed about LeBron. Get off his dick. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up like a condom. I'm tired in the motherfucker. Go ahead and make me a good ass, hood ass bowl of ramen noodles and meatballs. And I'm gonna call it a night. Probably play some, I sped past that like I just say ramen noodles and meatballs. When you got hood nigga tendencies, man, it be like that sometimes. You gotta learn how to make struggle meals, man. Sorry, be in the black community. When you broke and you balling on a budget, yeah, it be like that sometimes. We gonna end on this. In the comment section below, what do y'all think tastes better? And this might be a fucked up question to ask, but what do y'all think tastes better? Funeral chicken or baby shower meatballs? I say the meatballs, you know what I'm saying? Especially mine, Brenda make them. Sorry, mama. You know, I like your meatballs. Pause, because you can't say you like balls without saying balls. Pause. Unless you D6, you know what I'm saying, DeAndre Siggers. I'm 20 years old and I like playing in the balls. I love balls. Balls is amazing. I got balls, so why can't I play with the ball? Pause. Another reference, that is Angry Black Man, or Black Man Angry at McDonald's. But I like my mama's meatballs, pause. But it's just something about my Aunt Brenda's meatballs, man. Them things be, her meatballs almost perfect. And then she put pineapples in them. She says, I don't even eat pineapples, but the pineapple taste, it just make that juice taste so much better. Pause. You know, my mama, she eat grown. She put all that extra shit in there, you know, the zucchini and the squash and the onions and all that shit. I hate all that shit, tomatoes, I can't eat it. I got childish taste buds, man. So I feel like my auntie, she make them joints just right. Anyway, this video's going on long enough. We are 59 minutes and 45 seconds in. That's how you know I talk too goddamn much. I'm out, man. Peace. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the Rona. Fuck Donald Trump again. Fuck the Rona 2 times. In the ass. Raw. No condom. Pause. Yeah, I know, tasteless joke, but you can't deny that the Rona about to get her back blown out for real though. You know what I'm saying? Just like Mother Nature, they about to have a threesome with the devil. What you talking about?
You got to lick it before you kick it. You got to make it soft and wet before you stick it. Hey, camel cowboys. We ain't here for that. We just want to get some rap and then we out of here.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.